Good afternoon to one and all. Once again, welcome back to the second session on the 100 question series in this abstract reasoning topic. Well guys, in the last class, we have seen the first set of questions that have come or that I have given you from this particular topic. We have seen 15 questions. This topic, or rather today, we are going to take another 15 or 20 questions. So we are going to have totally 5 or 6 such sessions. This is session number 2. So if you have missed session number 1, please go back and take a look at the session number 1 later. But right now, we are going to continue in a journey for 100 questions series. This is the session number 2 on abstract reasoning. So in abstract reasoning, we are going to talk about visual based reasoning mostly, where we're going to talk about odd one out, which picture should be in the series, analogy based questions, dice based questions. We have seen all of them in the previous session. So today it's going to be very similar to that. I hope you guys are all charged up for this. I'm going to have some really diverse set of questions, easy, moderate. Probably one or so will be difficult. Again, many of you keep asking me, sir, is this the level of MAHCET? Yes, guys, the MAHCET questions will not be difficult. It will be easy and it will be moderate. And you can see in the last session also, many of you have questioned and then fell into the traps, obvious traps. So please keep in mind, an easy question is, rather a difficult question is not something which will, make your brain or make you scratch your brain. A difficult question can also be something which is very obvious to solve, but with a trap. We have seen in the last class, there are 2-3 of the questions where many of you committed errors, silly mistakes, and it's not a silly mistake, it's a trap and you fell into the trap, right? So we'll make sure that we'll continue in our journey today, take another 15 or 20 questions, and hopefully you will get to learn a lot more today and you will avoid the same errors in terms of falling into the traps from the previous class. So once again, a very good afternoon to all of you. I hope you guys are ready. So let's start with the first question. Going your way, this is the first question. It's a folding and unfolding of paper based question. I'll give you 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Shraddha, Sanket, Prajakta, Kajal, Akash, hello to all of you too. Okay, I missed some more names because the screen has already moved. But hi to everyone. Aishwarya. So very simple question. You have to be careful. Folding and unfolding is basically the concept of mirror image, nothing else. If you're good in mirror images, this folding and unfolding questions will become very easy. Right, so your time is almost up. Let's take a look at what is happening. You have folded it like this and then folded it like this. So first we'll be opening up like this. So when you're opening along a side, so this should be your mirror now. This should be your mirror. So with respect to this mirror, what will you get? So you will be getting a circle here and you'll be getting this circle here. And this portion will become like this. Right? So, and then this triangle will become a triangle like this. So clearly B is ruled out, C is ruled out, and you have D ruled out and E also ruled out. So straight away you'll get only A. Okay, so please remember when you're unfolding things, it is nothing but a mirror image. But where is the mirror? The mirror is along the line where you are unfolding. It is unfolding like this. So whichever line along which you are unfolding, that will be called as a mirror. Clear? Let's move on to the second question. Right, this is a very simple question. 15-20 seconds I want an answer. Actually, I'll give you 20 seconds, give me the answer. Very straightforward, dead easy question. Let's go ahead. 20 seconds, guys. Very good. Okay, one error, but all of the others are correct. The answer is B. Remember, triangle, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides, therefore 7 sides. So it's supposed to be, what is a 7-sided figure called? Anyone? What is a 7-sided figure called? A pentagon, a hexagon till 6. What is 7? 7-sided figure. Anyone knows? It's not a pentagon. Septagon. Yes, septagon. Septa means 7. So this is not your answer, this is not your answer, this is not your answer. So it is either B or D. Now let's take a look at the arrow. What is arrow? Up arrow, then 45 degrees to the right, then 90 degrees to the right, then 45 degrees to the right, 45 degrees, sorry, this is 45, 45, oh, this is also 45, this is supposed to be 45. 45 to the right, then 90, then 45, and yeah, so it's supposed to be actually 90 degrees to the right, but this is not correct. Clearly this is not 90 degrees, right? Because 90 degrees is supposed to be like this. So if you notice, it is 45 degrees, then 90, then 45, then again you'll assume it to be 90, but 90 doesn't exist here, so the best possible option is B. Clearly it is not D, because D is not 45 at all. It is much more than 45. Okay, that's the only. And second, please notice that all of them are supposed to be pointing towards the corner. The arrow is always pointing towards the corner. The arrow is always pointing towards the corner. So small things like this can also, I can create a question where there are two options like this. Let's say I give you one more option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's say I have this as E. Now clearly E is not correct. If you notice, E and B are very similar. E and B are very similar. But E is not correct. Why? Because this is pointing towards the side, not at the corner. So these small observations also will give you the correct answer. Okay? Why not D? Because this is greater than 90, to be very honest. So this is 90 should be max up to here. So you have just this way. This is actually not 90. This is actually somewhere around 30 degrees, right? Vertical and 30 degrees or 45 degrees you can say. This is 45 degrees. So that's your answer. Ideally, technically if you say, it should be somewhat like this. Exactly horizontal 90 degrees. But the problem with that is it will not have a corner here. So we had to push it a bit lower. Okay. Right, let's move on. This is again a very simple question. 30 seconds. 30 seconds of your time. Why? I hope you understood why it is not exactly 90. Because when I keep exactly 90, then the corners will not be at the same point. You know, the tip and the vertex will not be at the same point. So we are trying to make sure of that also. Alright, so what is happening here? So we have these two interchanged and these two interchanged. Then we have these two interchanged and these two interchanged. Then now what should happen? Which two should interchange now? So if you're looking at it, so let's take a look at what happens if these two interchange and these two interchange once again. So top and bottom horizontal interchange, then left and right vertical interchange. Now again top and bottom horizontal interchange. So you'll be getting PY star and A. PY star A is option C. Right? It's option C. Let's move on to the, oh sorry, the answer already came up, my bad. But let's quickly take a look at it. Question number 4, we already solved a question like this yesterday. So I explained the concept of clockwise rotation and anti-clockwise rotation. Keep that in mind and give me the answer in about 45 seconds. Yeah, I already showed the answer. Yes, yes. So again, take any one of them as a base. Base, I explained what is the meaning of a base. Base is the basic structure you're looking at. So if I take this figure, a cube, if I take this as my base, I will actually fit this, A, D, B. Now, the other figure, I will see what is common. B is common, correct? Now, B clockwise is C, C is E. So here, from B clockwise without gap. So without gap, if I want two things, this is my first and this is my second. Please remember, this should not be made the first, because when you're rotating clockwise, there is no gap here. Okay, so B, immediately next is C, immediately next is E. So you have to pick the side. The first side should be picked in such a way that when you're moving clockwise, there is no gap. So this is the first side, then the back side will be the second side. So C will come here and your E will come here. So now the question is, what will be on the opposite side of letter E? Opposite side of letter E is A. Therefore option A. Clear? It is not cannot be determined. You can get the answer. Please keep in mind, guys, whenever you're looking at clockwise or anti-clockwise rotation, make sure that you're assigning the sides without any gap. What I mean by gap, I'll explain. So I'll tell you what is the wrong way of doing it. I already explained what is the correct way of doing it. So if you take this, in fact, if you take this base, you have B here. Now if you want to, so there are two adjacent sides to B. Okay, there are two adjacent sides to B. So if you call this side 1, if you call this side 2, now side 1 should be which letter, side 2 should be which letter. So if you start from B here, side 1 should be C, side 2 should be E. Because if you continue, then there is a gap. Because this letter we don't know, the next one. Then comes your B again, right? So here you can't start from 2. So this C should not go here. Because if you send C here, then clockwise, there is no, D is already occupied. Then you will go to A is already occupied. So you are getting gaps. Then you are coming to the open space. But you want two open spaces next to each other. So the first open space should be C. Right of that, clockwise of that, the next one should be your E. So C should come here and E should come here. That is the way in which you are supposed to. Two alphabets same. Sachin, two alphabets same is actually very easy. See, if you have two alphabets same, let's say this is B and this is A and this is E, then that's very easy. You have A and B. See, when there are two sides given to you, the adjacent sides are top and bottom. We already know top is E. The only adjacent side for A and B, yeah. So A and B, right? So to A and B, one side is D, the other side is not known. Here the other side is E, the other side is not known. So what should this be? This should be your D. That's it. So if two sides are common, it's even more easier. It's very, very easy. You don't have to bother. I mean, you don't have to worry too much about it at all. Is that clear, Sachin? Okay, let's move on. So the answer here is A. Question number 5. Again, very, very simple. It's the speed I want from you. 20 seconds, give me the answer. 20 seconds. Okay, I'm getting B, D, E, different answers. So let's see what is happening. What's happening here? So I am basically interchanging these two and interchanging these two to get the second one, right? Then what am I doing? I am interchanging these and interchanging these. That's how I'm getting this. So first vertical, rearrangement, then cross diagonal rearrangement. Then what am I doing? Then again look at it. Again this is vertical rearrangement and that's how I'm going to get this. So the logic is vertical, then diagonal, then vertical, then the next one should be diagonal. So this should be X, this should be Y, this should be W and this should be Z. So W, X, Y, Z is B. W, X, Y, Z is B. Right? So take it from TM. Take it more tomorrow. Yeah, so more will come. I don't know who's taking the next session because I don't think I'm taking the next session. Another colleague of mine, another faculty will be taking. We have 3 or 4 more sessions from here. So don't worry. We have one on 11th, one on 14th, one on 15th. The next 3 sessions that I know. One on 11th, 14th and 15th. These are confirmed. Okay. So please stay tuned into our channel because these notifications will keep coming to you. And as a reminder, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and click on the bell notification icon because you need to know when these sessions are happening. Also guys, before I move on, please give me a like on this particular video because your likes will give us the feedback. If you want more sessions like this, we will bring more sessions to you. Please give us a like. Your likes will tell us whether you're liking these sessions or not. Okay, 6th question. This is not figure based, or rather this is more about dice and cutting of dice. Give me an answer in about 45 seconds. It's not a very difficult question at all. 45 seconds is your time. All right, many answers, a lot of answers actually. All answers are wonderfully wrong. 27 is not correct. I'll explain what is happening here. Okay. Now, the correct answer obviously here you can see is C. So let's take a big die. Okay. Let us say I'm taking this die. Now, this is 9 centimeters, 9 centimeters and 9 centimeters. This is 9 centimeters. Now, I want to cut this into 3 by 3 by 3 using the minimum number of cuts. Okay, minimum number of cuts. So, which means I will cut one horizontally, horizontal cut, cut number 1. Another cut horizontally, cut number 2. This is 3 meters, 3 and 3. So, now how many pieces I got? I got 3 pieces. But they are all equal, but that is not the dimension that I want. It is 3 by 9 by 9. I want 3 by 3 by 3. So I will cut one more like this. And one more like this. And finally, I'll cut one like this. And one like this. So now, if you notice, this is 3. Then you can see this is 3. And inside this is also 3. So each cube is 3 by 3 by 3. But how many cuts did I do? 2 cuts horizontally, 2 cuts vertically, and 2 cuts in the z-axis. So x-axis 2 cuts, y-axis 2 cuts, and z-axis 2 cuts. Totally I need only 6 cuts. Hence the answer is 6. Is this clear? Okay. So when you want the maximum number of pieces with the minimum number of cuts, the logic is divide the cuts equally along the 3 dimensions, x dimension, y dimension and z dimension. If you divide them equally, you will get the maximum number of cuts. Clear? Is the logic clear? Okay, question number. शॉर्टकट बेटा हर चीज के लिए नहीं होता है. ये शॉर्टकट काफी सिंपल है. आपको ये पता करना है कि हाउ मेनी क्यूब. सो दिस इज 9 by 9 by 9 and this is each cube is 3 into 3 into 3. How many such cubes do you need? So how many cubes do you need? You need 27 cubes. You need 27 cubes. It is not the 27 cuts. You need 27 cubes. So 27 cubes, which means 27 is basically 3 into 3 into 3. So this is the number of cuts, number of cubes per, so minus 1. This is 2, 2, 2. So if you want to look at it as a shortcut, then initial value is equal to smaller cube into n. Okay? Initial value is equal to smaller cube into n. This gives you how many smaller cubes you will get. Then this n should be divided into 3 parts, 3 equal parts, x into x into x. Divide this n into 3 equal parts, not total multiplication. So you have to look at the cube root, the nearest possible cube root. So typically they'll give you numbers which are perfect cubes, like 64. 64 is 4 into 4 into 4. So if it is 4 into 4 into 4, this is what you will get. But this is not the number of cuts. So minus 1 will give you the number of cuts, minus 1. So this is 3 plus 3 plus 3. The total should be 9 cuts. So 9 cuts if you make, you will get 64 small cubes. Okay? Alright, let's move on. I'm getting questions late, is it? Okay, probably, I don't know. I think there's a lag in between. Right, next one again, not a difficult one. These are all supposed to be done. Guys, remember, these are all supposed to be done in 20-25 seconds. This is an easy one. First hint is the rotation of P It is 90 degrees to the right, then 90 degrees bottom, then 90 degrees. So this will be the 90 degrees. It's supposed to be like this. So you will have this ruled out and E ruled out. Then if you're looking at the other alphabets, so you have D coming here, C coming here, A coming here, and B coming here. So rotation counterclockwise. Then what is happening? Then your A is rotating and coming here, C is rotating and coming here, B is rotating and coming here, D is rotating and coming here. So it is counterclockwise rotation 2 times. Then if you notice, A, which is here, this is what you'll have. So rotation 1 time, rotation 2 places. The next is rotation 3 places. 3 places rotation means A, first place, second place, third place. So A should come here. So if A is here, then everything else will fall in place. B will be coming here, then D will be coming here, and C will be coming here. So A, B, C, D in this way, where is it? A, B, C, D. Yes, it is option A. Alright, so it is basically 1 rotation, 2 spaces rotation, then 3 spaces rotation. That is the logic used here. Clear? That's answer A. Moving on, question number 8. Again, not very difficult, 30 seconds. This is the question mark here. 3 figures are given. Very good. The correct answer is D. So what is the logic here? First, we'll start with this. It is vertical, horizontal, vertical. So it should be horizontal here. Second, the coloring of it. Bottom colored, right side colored, top colored. Therefore, it should be left side colored. So this is ruled out. This is ruled out. This is ruled out. This is ruled out. Straight away, you'll get your D. In fact, you didn't even have to check the other part. Checking one of them is enough. You'll get the correct answer here. Again, this question, try it out. 45 seconds. Yes, this is a very simple question. So these two interchanging, again interchanging, again interchange. So this is alpha, this is gamma. So this is ruled out, and okay, we'll see the others. Now this mirror image, or rather if you say rotation by 90 degrees, rotating by 90 degrees, you will get this. Now if you notice this rotate by 90 degrees, you will get this. So this also should be rotated by 90 degrees. So if you're rotating this by 90 degrees, you will get an L. So the L is over here, so that is going to be option number C. Okay. So today's questions are a little bit easier, on the easier side, I believe. This is a nice one. Let's see what is the logic for this. Good question. So along with the logic, along with the answer, give me the logic also. What is the logic? Type and send me the logic also, not just the answer option. Okay, now there are two concepts that you guys are giving. First, logic number 1, intersecting. Logic number 2, number of pieces. Both of them are correct. Both of them are correct. Based on this, you will get the answer as 3. However, there is a particular reason I have given this question, and I want you to observe this carefully. Okay. If I say the correct answer is 4, if I say the answer is 4, now tell me what can be the logic. If I say the answer is 4, what can be the logic? Let's see how many of you can think about a different way of thinking. Nothing wrong with what you said. And that is particularly why we picked this question. I want to explain one or two things about such questions. So if I say the answer is 4, what can be the reason? Equal cuts are not there here also, no? Yash, this is also not equal. This is also not equal. So why only 4? That is not the logic. This is equal cuts. This is equal cuts. So that cannot be the logic. Anything else? Yash. Good attempt, but not correct. No, Atrangi. That's not the way. That's not the reason. There's nothing called going clockwise or anti-clockwise in this. Any other logic you can think of? It's a very simple one actually, if you notice. Very good. Who is this unknown user? Can you please tell me your name? The correct answer is length of chords. Here both chords are same. Here both chords are same. Here also the length is same. Here also the length of the chords are same. However, here the length of the chords are unequal. Unequal. So that can also be a logic. According to that, the answer is 4. According to what you said, the answer is 3. Now the question comes, what should you do in the exam? What will you do, guys? This type of thing can happen in the exam. I can guarantee that. It can happen. I'll not say it will happen. It can happen because if you pick the last 4-5 exams, I can show you more than one instance where there are 2 different answers and perfectly valid logic. What will you do then? Which one will you mark? Because both answers are existing, right? You can see both the answers. What will you mark? First thing is, in the exam, are you able to think about both? If you are very smart, then you'll think of both things and you'll get confused. Sometimes it is good not to be that smart. You'll get one option, right or wrong, you'll mark it and get out. Yes or no? Now, frankly speaking, what will happen in such a case? They will not discard the question. The question is correct. They will give marks according to what they think is correct. You can't argue on that. Okay? Unfortunately, the problem with any such kind of a question, is the human brain can interpret anomalies in so many ways which one individual cannot think. If 100 students are solving a question paper and I set the question paper where it is pictorial representation of logic, then I'm pretty sure that if I think of one logic, 100 of you will end up thinking about 2 or 3 other ways, apart from my way. I wouldn't have thought about it at all when I'm creating the question paper. So, whether they are right or wrong doesn't matter. I will give marks only to my way of thinking, and my way of thinking, you as a student will not know. So, there is no point worrying in the exam what is the correct answer. If you come across both logics, both of them are consistent, both of them you feel are correct, don't waste your time, because there is no way you can guarantee what the examiner was thinking. Please put one answer and get out of it. You should not waste time in such an exam, in such a question, right? But it is very much possible that one question can have 2 answers, because that examiner is a poor guy, will not be able to think the way in which 100,000 of you will be thinking. 1.5 lakh will be writing a CET. So when so many brains work on a pictorial representation, some new logic will automatically come up, which you can't figure out. See, maths, numbers, whether you do quadratic equation or I do quadratic equation, the answer will always be the same. The problem is with logic, because logic is abstract. Typically, maths is also abstract in a sense, but at least maths has some fundamental rules. All of us follow the same rules. Logic is a lot more abstract. It is very much fluid. Your way of thinking can be different from my way of thinking, but you also will say 2 plus 2 is 4, I will also say 2 plus 2 is 4. But when it comes to art, when it comes to a logic like this, we might not agree on the correctness of it, because you might have a different approach, I might have a different approach. Anyway, that's the idea with which this question was created, nothing else. Let's move on. So here I gave the answer as D, but perfectly right. 3 is also correct, don't worry. This is a good question, simple one. Give me an answer in 45 seconds. So this is the mirror. So just by drawing this mirror image, that itself should give you the answer. Should have a triangle. Then you should have two lines like this. So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and this is wrong. Straight away the answer is C. Very, very simple question. Okay? Nice. Count the number of rectangles here. How many rectangles exist? Quick counting. By the way, this is touching, so please don't say it is not a rectangle. It is touching. Rishi, that is for proper blocks M and N. It is not applicable here. That M and N formula that I gave yesterday is when you have horizontal lines from end to end and vertical lines from top to bottom. Here, this is not end to end. This is end, but it is not fully cutting. Similarly, this is top, this is not bottom, this is not bottom, this is the bottom. So here, there is no way but for you to count and get the answer. You should count and get the answer. And the correct answer, as I already showed, is 11. Let's identify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them are 1 by 1 rectangles, 6. Then let's go by 2 by 1 rectangle. So 2 pieces joined. So 1, 2, 3. And anything else? Yes. So 2 by 1, 3. 1 by 1, 6. Then can I have more than 2 pieces? Let's see, is there anything else with more than 2? Yes, I have this. 1. And I have this entire thing. 1. So 6 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. That is 11. Answer is B. Clear? Alright, so simple question again. 45 seconds. What is your answer? The figure which is different from the others. So if you look at it, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 3, 6. Then we have 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Clearly, this is the odd one out. Because in 1, 3, 4, 5, they are in ascending order. In a particular order. 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Whereas only in the second one, they are jumbled. It is not ascending or descending. You have 3, 6, 5 and then 4. So basically that is not in a particular ascending or descending way. Hence the correct answer is value 2, option B. Clear guys? So some of you made the answer as 5. I don't know what is the logic you have used, but that is not the correct answer. The answer is figure number 2, option B. Okay, last 2 questions coming your way. This is the question. You can give me the answer in 15 seconds straight away. Very, very quick question. You can just look at it and give me the answer. Redmi, yes, we will conduct previous year questions. Definitely. That is a different session. We will get that done. Don't worry. Right. So correct answer here is option E, because you can see both of them are on the same side. So everywhere these are in the opposite sides, opposite sides, opposite sides, opposite sides, and they are in the same side. Clear? That's a very, very simple question. Last question, guys. Last question for the day. This is not D, by the way. This is E. It's not D, it is E. Anyway, let's move on. That's a typo. Let's move on. Last question. Simple one again. So today's questions were a little bit easy. We'll try to make the next set of questions slightly more difficult. Yesterday was a little bit moderate. So we'll make the next set a little bit more challenging. Okay. Let's move on. Last question. What is the answer to this? Very good. So we have one side, two sides, three sides, four sides. So that by that logic, I need five sides. So A is gone, E is gone, D is gone. Now between B and C, so you have right, then 90 degrees, then 90 degrees, then 90 degrees. So again, I need 90 degrees. So 90 degrees will be like this. C is the answer, B is wrong. Clear? So that brings us to the end of the session, my friends. I hope you guys enjoyed this, learned a little bit, and I hope I'll see you all in a lot of my sessions coming up. Guys, so please keep in mind, we already have a CAT 23 program running. If you're interested, please reach out to us. We will help you out with your CAT 2023 preparation. Or question Vaibhavi, from the next session onwards, we'll put more questions. So don't worry, we spent about 30-40 minutes today. I'll try to make sure that I'll bring more questions for you in the next sessions onwards. And yes, all our programs are with scholarships. So please write our scholarship tests. This happens every weekend. You can write it from the app. So if you have not downloaded the BYJU'S Exam Prep app, please go to the iStore or to the Google Play Store and download the BYJU'S Exam Prep app, and you can write the scholarship test and you can get fabulous discounts on this. Okay. I'm also conducting a workshop tomorrow on your CAT 2023 preparation strategy. If you are interested in your CAT 2023, please go ahead and register today. I'm taking the session tomorrow. It is not Cyril, actually I'm taking it, Srinivas. Alright. So I'll be taking it at 7 PM tomorrow. So please register for it. You can register it from the app. Okay. Right guys, so thank you. Next, okay, 6th March onwards, okay, I think next session, 11th, is taken by Saral, I believe. So tomorrow he'll be taking the session on 100 most expected MAHCET questions. I'm taking a session on the workshop preparing for CAT 2023 strategy. So you can attend both according to your wishes. So here we are present on all these platforms. So please make sure that you follow us on all these platforms. Thank you guys. Catch you in the next one. All the very best in your preparation.